Okay, on to the next question. This one is question 25 from a paper. It's quite far through. It's worth 2 marks, and it gives you 2 equations of 2 lines, and it just says, show that. So we have to show some working out to prove, to show, to demonstrate that the lines are not parallel. So whilst there's only 2 marks, there's a few bits of information we need to be aware of. These lines are both in the form, or need to be made into the form of, y equals mx plus c. That is your general form for a straight line. And in that, m is the gradient. So we'll change both those lines into that form first of all. Line 1 is in that form, y equals mx plus c. In that case, m is a half, the plus c is minus 4. Line 2 isn't in that form yet, so we're going to have to rearrange line 2. So we start off with 2y plus 4x equals 16. I want to get it to y equals mx. So first of all, we'll get these 4x's removed from this left-hand side. So if I subtract 4x from both sides, I end up with 2y equals negative 4x plus 16. I want it in the form y equals mx, and I've got 2y. So my next thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to divide both sides by 2, which means I get y equals negative 2x plus 8. So that is my line 2 rearranged into that format. There's a piece of knowledge we need to know for this question. We need to know that parallel lines, like train tracks, are lines that never get further away or closer to each other. They will never meet. For lines to never meet or never veer closer or further away from each other, they must have to have the same gradient. The gradient of L1 is a half. The gradient of L2 we've worked out to be minus 2. So really, a little sentence here to sum up would be really useful. Acknowledge that parallel lines must have the same gradient. These do not. We've shown that up there. So are not parallel. So we've rearranged them to get into the form y equals mx plus c. They have different gradients and therefore cannot be parallel. Parallel lines have exactly the same gradient. There are 2 marks awarded for this question. The first mark is for rearranging line 2 into the y equals mx plus c format. The second mark is for your comment to say why these lines cannot be parallel. Right, a couple of videos for this, which I think, in my class, this is going to be definitely one people are going to need to have a bit more revision on. So first one, I'll write up here, we've got a bit of space. You've got video 196, which is to do with linear graphs, which means straight line graphs, and in particular, parallel lines. And video 231 is also to do with parallel lines. Beg your pardon, the arm just started to fall.